Hello, good evening, Tribuners. Welcome back with me, Mutiara, in Indonesian News of Tribun Lampung. We will present you an updating and interesting information from every place in Indonesia. And here, the complete news. The first news is Indonesian soldiers who died in Papua will be buried behind their house. The body of a member of the Indonesian Navy, Second Lieutenant Marine Muhammad Iqbal, arrives at Haluelo Kendari Airport, South Konawe Regency, Southeast Sulawesi. Marine Second Lieutenant Muhammad Iqbal is the victim who was killed by the armed criminal group in Duga, Papua, arriving by commercial plane on Monday, March 28, 2022 in the evening. Furthermore, the procession of handing over the bodies to Lanal Kendari took place at the cargo terminal yard of Haluelo Kendari Airport. The bodies were then taken by road to Anggota Village, Wawatobi District, Konawe Regency, Southeast Sulawesi Province for burial. The funeral will take place behind his house in the village on Monday evening. According to information compiled by TribunNewsSultra.com, the funeral will take place militarily after the Isya prayer. The ceremony commander for the funeral and burial of the late First Lieutenant Marine Muhammad Iqbal will be led by Marine Major Bernard Iskandar. The funeral home in Member Village, Wawatobi District, Konawe Regency, also continues to be visited by mourners from family, neighbors, and the community. The villagers have put flags at half mast in each house. Meanwhile, at the funeral home, dozens of open condolences adorn the road to the front of the funeral home. Marine Second Lieutenant Muhammad Iqbal was previously killed in attack by the armed criminal group at the Lower Quarry Post Mupeyon Marine Task Force in Kenyam District on Saturday, March 26, 2022. The other dead victim was First Private Marine Wilson Anderson Here, while two others are in critical condition and 6 other soldiers were slightly injured. The next news is phenomenon of ground movement in East Nusa Tenggara. The phenomenon of ground movement threatened as many as 411 people from 114 families of the preparation village of Tadofort, Sanong Goang District, West Manggarai Regency, East Nusa Tenggara Province. This ground movement has been detected in the village, which was divided from Nampar Mesing village since the year 2018-2022. Mikael explained it. There is one other village, namely Mengkaling village, which has 17 families, but there are no reports of the impact of the ground movement phenomenon. A community leader from Wae Munting village, Victor Bitrudis, said the phenomenon of ground movement resulted in a number of village road points splitting and people's houses being damaged, even collapsing. For 5 times the ground movement that occur after heavy rains or earthquakes, a number of houses will be damaged, even collapsed. There were 2 houses that collapsed and 11 other houses were damaged. Victor said that the phenomenon of ground movement in the past 2018 resulted in the destruction of 2 houses in Wae Montong village. In 2019, there was a ground movement that caused several points of the road to split but did not cause any damage to the house of the resident. The incident was reported to the government but did not seem to get a response. The next ground movement occurred in the next year 2021 and caused 1 resident's house to collapse and 3 other residents' houses to be damaged. Meanwhile, in February 2022, another ground movement occurred and damaged 5 houses. Affected residents currently choose to live in neighboring houses or build huts in the garden as a place to live. Residents also experience anxiety because of the threat of the phenomenon of ground movement because there is still rain and the potential for earthquake. The next news comes from Indramayu. Pertamina's diesel pipe leaks. Hundreds of residents protest. Hundreds of residents of Balongan Village Subdistrict, Indramayu Regency, West Java, blockade the road to the main gate of the Pertamina Integrated Terminal Balongan Company on Monday, March 28, 2022. They even set up a tent and a soup kitchen in the middle of the street, while shouting indignantly. Some of them also tried to break down to get to force the Pertamina official there to meet them. Others banged on the gate using large stones. The situation was getting hotter after the security officer from inside the Pertamina main gate responded to the residents' shouts not to be anarchy. Instead of subsidizing, the screams actually made the resident more emotional. In addition to banging with stones, residents also flocked to break down the main gate until it was almost broken. Saroni, one of the residents, said that this action was triggered by Pertamina's attitude, which did not show goodwill to compensate residents for the leaking of Pertamina's diesel pipeline 2 weeks ago. At that time, residents in Balongan Village were shocked by the sudden strong smell of diesel fuel in their settlements. It was later discovered that the smell came from diesel fuel that had seeped due to a leak in a Pertamina's pipes. Not only disturbed by the smell, Balongan residents, some of whom are fishermen and pond farmers, also cannot find fish because the seepage of diesel fuel also turned out to be polluting the sea. Solar also seeps into the people's ponds so that fish cannot be planted. Another resident, Akso Suryo Dharmawangsa, will continue this action until the Pertamina company, which has the authority, wants to meet the resident and a common ground is reached. Akso said that this is not the first time that diesel fuel leaks have happened. Previously, the same thing had happened in the year 2019 and there was never a bright spot. After that, pollution occurred again in the form of crude oil at 2020 and at that time there was no decision. As a result of resident action, dozens of giant cars belonging to the Pertamina company that transport LPG could not pass. The giant cars were finally parked in a row on the side of the road. The next news is Bulawan, one village's house caught fire. Another fire occurred in the Kota Bunan district is Bolaang Mangondo Regency. This time the fire scorched one of the houses belonging to the Makalalak Paputungan family, a resident of Bulawan Satu village. One local resident told tribunmanado.co.id that the fire occurred at around 2:30 a.m. early on Monday, March 28, 2022. Luckily, he said, the fire did not spread to a neighbor's house because the residents immediately worked together to extinguish the fire using makeshift tools. There were no casualties in this incident. According to Tribun Manado's observation at the scene, all items were burned, including all the contents of the shop, a number of gas cylinders, a refrigerator. The neighbor's air conditioner was also scorched by the heat from the burning house. Several members of the Kota Bunan sector police arrived at the scene and immediately set up a police line. Rido Paputungan, who is listed as a third-grade junior high school student, said that the first fires he saw came from a shop. Irsa Makalalak, Rido's auntie, said that there were only 4 people in the house. She, his mother Arbaina Paputungan, his older sister Weti Magalak, and Rido Paputungan. Luckily, when the fire broke out, Rido Paputungan woke them up so they could escape through the back door. From the fire, the only remaining items were two gold bracelets belonging to his mother. Until now, his mother and sister are still traumatized by the incident, while the material losses are estimated to be around 200 million rupiah. It is suspected that the cause of the fire was due to an electrical short circuit, and now the Kota Budan Sector Police are conducting an investigation into the fire incident. The next news is 33 houses of Tunggal villagers were burned down. 33 units of residential houses in Tunggal village, Rikit Gaib Sub-District, Gayo Lues District, were burned to the ground and flattened to the ground, while 4 other units were damaged on Sunday, March 27, 2022 at around 10:30 p.m. Based on information collected by SerambiNews.com, tens of houses in Tunggal village were flattened to the ground after being engulfed by the red rooster. Now the fire victims who have lost their homes have been forced to take refuge in refugee camps that have been prepared by the Galus Regency government. There were no fatalities in the fire accident in the Rikit Gaib sub-district, but material losses reach hundreds of millions of rupiah and even estimated at the billions rupiah. Now panic assistance continues to flow to victims of fire. The head of the social service took the head of rehabilitation and social security, Zulfikar, accompanied by the Tagana Galus volunteers, told SerambiNews.com on Monday 28 March 2022. Panic assistance for fire victims in Tunggal village, Rikit Gaib district, has now been distributed directly by the region of Galus M. Amru along with other elements of the Galus Forkompimda. It was said a result of the fire, as many as 33 heads of families in Tunggal village, Rikit Gaib district, lost their homes, while 4 other residents' houses were slightly damaged. The next news is, residents affected by high voltage airways in Batam hold demonstration. Number of residents affected by the high voltage airline in Batam City, Riau Island Province, held a demonstration in front of the BRIC office of the Batam State Electricity Company and the Batam City Regional People's Representative Council office on Monday, March 28, 2022. As is known, the affected residents come from various housing estates, namely from Cendana Housing, Tumas Airport Housing, Batam Center, and Riau Islands. This action was not only attended by residents but also non-governmental organizations and the People's Joint Movement. At around 10 o'clock a.m., their meeting point was in front of Dataran Engku Putri Batam Center and then worked to the BRIC office of the Batam State Electricity Company while singing the Indonesian Raya anthem and playing kompan. Uniquely, the residents' action at the BRIC office of Batam State Electricity Company started with a short drama. According to tribunbatam.id, there are residents who play the role of Major of Batam, President Director of BRIC Batam State Electricity Company, and High Voltage Air Duct Pole Installation Officer. In this drama, the BRIC Director of Batam State Electricity Company distributes counterfeit money to residents who act as major and officers. Then the officers continue to insist on fighting the resident and kept installing a replica of the high voltage air duct pole made of paralon as high as 3 meters. The shape is similar to a real high voltage air duct pole. Despite being opposed by residents, the main director of BRIC Batam State Electricity Company still threw the counterfeit money to the officer. So the pole is still attached. Furthermore, the replica of the high-voltage air duct pole was handed over to the Brackbattam State Electricity Company. In this section, there was passing between President and the security of Brackbattam State Electricity Company and the police. However, a brag representative of the Batam State Electricity Company in a white uniform came out to meet the residents. The last news comes from Banjarmasin. Dozens of students protest over the price of cooking oil. Dozens of students flocked to Lambung Mangkurat Street, Banjarmasin, not far from the office of the People's Representative Council of South Kalimantan on Monday, March 28, 2022. They demanded a reduction in the price of cooking oil, which has recently soared. Students who are members of the Social and People Studies Circle also demanded that the chairman of the People's Representative Council of South Kalimantan, Supian, come to meet them. Demonstration student representative Effendi Sharif explained that there was little cooking oil available, but the price was exorbitant, so that the people screamed and the rulers swelled up. He explained it on some information quote from the result of a brief interview trader in one area in Banjarmasin, as well as news circulating that the price of bulk cooking oil had penetrated up to 17,000 rupiah for 1 liter, and branded packaged cooking oil was worth around 20. This happened following the government's policy of realizing cooking oil prices to follow the market price. As a result, this policy is very impactful and miserable for people who are trying to rise from the impact of COVID-19. Not only that, the problem of the high price of cooking oil is also accompanied by the strange phenomenon of the market system in recent months, where rare cooking oil is found when the price is subsidized and soars when the price follows the market price. This phenomenon shows that the government is still unable to control the market and does not show a constrained and focused attitude in serving the people as expected regarding the problem of cooking oil, which is expensive while the goods are few. Therefore, his party through the South Kalimantan Indonesian People's Faction demanded several things. Well, that's all the news for today with me, Mutiara. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.